Hello, my friends. It's Alisani Brazil here, your favorite flight attendant, and I'm here to review the Hot Logic Mini. Hello, my friends. This is Alisani Brazil here, the flight attendant, and welcome back to my channel. So the next item is a Hot Logic. Now, if you already have one, most likely you have it in black. I bought mine in this paisley pattern because everyone that I know that has it in black, and I don't want to mix mine up with someone else. So I bought mine in this paisley color. Now, what is the Hot Logic? Now, first of all, the Hot Logic was invented by a flight attendant. Y'all, we flight attendants kind of be a little bit brilliant sometimes. The Hot Logic was invented by a flight attendant for the purpose of always having a heating source to heat up food. And if you're already a flight attendant, you know why that's important. If you're not, you may not get it. You know, you're like, oh, why do you always, don't you have microwaves in your hotel rooms or things like that? And the answer is no. In fact, I usually don't have a microwave in my hotel room. And if I want to heat up food, I have to take it downstairs, either to like the gift shop, or it's really annoying because I don't always want to go downstairs to heat up food. In fact, I never want to go downstairs to heat up food. So this Hot Logic is basically a hot plate. You can see it's a hot plate inside of this like a thermal type case. And when I say this has revolutionized my life as a flight attendant, I am not exaggerating. It came with this little plastic thing. This plastic thing is really cheap, but I still have it. You know, if something happens to it, that's okay. You can put anything on this hot plate because it only gets hot to a certain point. However, it heats your food up hot. So in other words, it doesn't warm up your food. It actually heats up your food. So I guess you could think of it as it kind of works like how a crock pot would work. Now, you can either put food directly in this and then set it in here, close it up. It has a power cord. It's only one setting. It has a power cord, and you just use this, or get this. You can actually use a Ziploc bag. So say you prepared a meal at home, or meals for the amount of days that you're gonna be on the road. You can set a Ziploc bag directly on this. Just make sure the Ziploc bag doesn't leak. Because if the Ziploc bag leaks, you're gonna have a mess on your hand. Now this is easy to clean up. I had a small leakage and was able to clean it up with no issue. But you wanna save yourself time. So I would say if you're gonna use the Ziploc bag, make sure it's the kind that actually zips and not the kind that just snaps all the way, because it may leak. Now, how do I use it? So what I typically do now, with the airline that I work for, our trips are in either AM trips or PM trips, and I work PM trips. So when I get into my room, I'm not necessarily ready to eat that late at night. Sometimes I am. But what you can do, as soon as you get into your room, plug this up and just put your food in it. You will have a hot meal, depending on what it is and how frozen it is, within like 30 minutes, 45 minutes tops. And it will be hot. Now, what I do is I use mine in the daytime. So because I work PM trips, when I wake up in the morning, and by morning I mean noon, I already have my Hot Logic set up next to a heat source. So don't keep it plugged up all night because it's gonna be hot all night. Just plug it up when you need it. So what I do is I plug it up. I put my food just directly in it because my food is already ready to go, because typically it's in a Ziploc bag. And I just let it sit there till I'm ready to eat it. When I say that my whole hotel room smells so fragrant with whatever meal that I'm cooking, I mean, it's like how Thanksgiving dinner is. How you've been preparing your meal all day long, and then you have that fragrant smell just all throughout the house. It just makes your mouth water. It makes your guests want to just sink into whatever you were cooking. That's the fact that this has. You guys, I love it. And it is so lightweight. It's not heavy. I actually just put it in my food bag. So, because you can store things in it. So I have this in it, just in case I happen to have food that I bought and need a container to put it in. But what I do is I use this as a little bit of storage in my food bag. So I put at least 1 or 2 meals in here so that I don't have empty space. And then I just close it up. It's in my food bag, and then I put everything else around it and on top of it. It is not heavy at all. It is so lightweight. If you are a flight attendant, want to save money by not eating out all the time, I highly recommend this. And in fact, I will tell you, even when I have a microwave, I prefer my Hot Logic, because a microwave gives food, in my opinion, a certain taste that doesn't taste like a nice fresh cooked meal. This does not. So when you eat food out of this, it tastes like a fresh cooked meal. I'm gonna tell you what I typically do most of the time, because although when I used to prepare my meals, I used to like make salmon and green beans and all this fancy stuff. I don't have time for that anymore. I am tired. I'm gonna tell you what I do. I'm gonna show you what I do, and then I'll be right back. Hey, Amy's is my friend. Or any type of prepared meals. I use Amy's because I don't eat meat, and she has a lot of vegetarian options. But if you eat meat, it doesn't matter. Any type of prepared meal will be just fine. And I'll tell you what I do. So I'm gonna go ahead and open this. I do not pack this in the box. It takes up way too much space, especially if you have multiple meals. So what I do is I either keep it like this in this plastic, because you could, so you could take this out of the plastic and cook it directly on the plate, or if you don't want leakage, you can actually keep it in the plastic. It's not gonna burn the plastic. So you could put this directly on the hot plate and it's fine. Now, another thing that you can do to save even more space in your bag is either vacuum pack this with a food saver, so just take it out and vacuum pack it, or put it in a Ziploc bag. Make sure the Ziploc bag actually zips, because if it doesn't, once again, you're gonna have a leakage issue when this thaws. So nobody wants things leaking in their food bag. So anyhow, this is what I do. So I usually pack about six meals. I'm able to get 6 meals in my food bag. So, okay. So this, you can see, it can go right in here. It'll go better if it's in a Ziploc bag. And then, just put this on top. It doesn't have to close. It really doesn't matter. It's sealed to where it's not gonna leak. And then you just zip it up. So therefore you don't have any empty space in your food bag. Utilize everything so you can get as much into your food bag as possible. All right, so the Hot Logic, you can buy it on Amazon for about $40. They come in all different colors and also sizes. This is the smallest size. I don't need a size, for what I do. I don't need a size bigger than this. I can't, you don't have to do the most, Remember, if you're a flight attendant, or if you plan on being a flight attendant, or if you're just starting to do food meals, to do meals on the road, you want to save space, because you want to have enough space to fit as much food in there as possible. That's money saved, and money saved is money saved. Because eating out on the road, not only is it not always healthy, it is expensive. And with this pandemic right now that we're in, a lot of times, depending on what time you get into the hotel, there's nothing even open. There's no food options available. So this is your friend. If you enjoyed this video and would like to see more like it, please subscribe and hit the like button. You can also hit that notification bell and share this video with your friends. Until next time, bye.